Kade Veron, you have traveled 127 Earth years to reach this planet. I have been observing you since the moment your vessel left the Sol system.
Who are you? Your ship just appeared. No readings, no warnings. My instrument showed empty space 3 seconds ago.
My designation is Zyx-7, though names hold little significance in my function. I am an observer. For over a century, I have followed your trajectory across the void.
A century? That's impossible. Why would anyone track a single migration ship for that long? We're just archaeologists and farmers. There's nothing special about the Exodus Dawn.
On the contrary, Kade Veron, you represent something profoundly rare. Your species launched you into darkness with no certainty of arrival. You slept in cryogenic suspension while galaxies rotated. You abandoned everything familiar for a world you had only seen through telescopes.
We did what we had to do. Earth was dying, overpopulated, depleted. 7 billion people fighting over scraps. The Exodus program gave us hope. 30 ships, 30 destinations. We were Vessel 14.
Indeed, Vessel 14, the slowest of them all.
What did you say?
Your propulsion technology utilized fusion ramjets, correct? Efficient for their time, but limited. You achieved 0.04 light speed at maximum velocity.
That was the best we had in 2156. It took everything humanity could spare to build 30 ships. The Exodus Dawn carried 2,000 souls in cryosleep. I'm the pilot, the watchkeeper. I wake every 5 years to check systems, then return to sleep.
You have awakened 7 times during this voyage.
7 times, yes. 35 years of consciousness, spread across 127 years of travel. Each time I wake, I'm more alone. The ship creaks with age. The AI has degraded. I talk to myself just to remember how speech feels.
Loneliness is the variable we sought to measure.
Measure? You've been studying me like some kind of experiment?
Not merely you, your entire species. We wanted to understand how humans endure isolation. Most intelligent civilizations develop faster than light travel before attempting interstellar colonization. Humans did not. You crawled through space at a fraction of light speed, knowing you would never return, never receive news from home.
We made peace with that sacrifice. Every person on this ship volunteered. We knew we'd be ghosts, separated from humanity by decades of distance and time dilation.
And that is what fascinated us. You embraced oblivion for an abstract concept called future generations, self-termination for strangers not yet born.
It's called hope, Zyx-7. Maybe your species doesn't understand that.
We understand many things. For instance, I understand that you believe yourself to be a pioneer, the vanguard of human expansion into this sector.
We are the vanguard. Look at my screens. Kepler 442b is pristine. No cities, no signals. We're the first to arrive. In 3 hours, I'll wake the crew and we'll begin the greatest achievement in human history.
Kade Veron, I must inform you of a truth that will cause you distress.
What truth?
New Brasilia exists on the far side of this planet, currently in its night cycle. Their satellite network will detect you within the hour. They are not expecting you. Records indicate the Exodus Dawn was lost, presumed destroyed during the Kuiper Belt passage.
Lost? We're not lost, we're right here. We made it.
You made it, yes. 127 years late. Using obsolete technology, carrying 2,000 people in cryosleep who left Earth believing they would be pioneers, only to discover they are refugees arriving in a world that has already moved beyond them.
Stop. Just stop talking.
I understand this information is difficult.
Difficult. I gave up everything. My sister was 18 when I left. She'd be dead now, wouldn't she? Dead for decades. I had a woman I loved, Carissa. She begged me not to go. I told her I was doing something important, something that mattered.
Your sacrifice did matter.
How? How did it matter when faster ships passed us like we were standing still? When people who hadn't even been born when we launched are now grandparents on the world we were trying to reach?
Because you did not know a faster method existed. You accepted what you believed to be permanent exile. That requires a form of courage my species has never possessed.
Courage? I'm not courageous. I'm a fool. An obsolete fool in an obsolete ship arriving at a party that ended a century ago.
Is existence measured only by being first?
We were supposed to be pioneers. That's what kept me going through 7 wake cycles, through the loneliness, the fear, the dreams where I'm back on Earth but can't remember anyone's faces. I told myself it was worth it because we were doing something no one had ever done.
You did do something no one has done. You completed a 127-year journey in a vessel that should have failed decades ago. You maintained systems, repaired critical malfunctions, kept 2,000 lives safe while traveling through radiation storms and micrometeorite fields.
None of that matters if we're just the last ones to arrive.
Does a flower bloom less beautifully because another flower bloomed first?
Don't give me poetry, Zyx9. You've been watching me for over a century. Tell me the truth. Was any of this worth it?
I cannot answer what has worth to you, but I can share an observation. The humans who arrived on faster ships, they experienced minimal sacrifice. Their journey took months. They remained connected to Earth through quantum communication. They lost nothing.
And that's supposed to make me feel better?
You lost everything. Your past, your connections, your place in time. You floated through darkness for longer than most civilizations endure. And yet, when you believed you would be first, you found purpose in that loss.
Yes.
Then the purpose was never in being first. The purpose was in the journey itself, in what you became by enduring it.
That sounds like something you tell someone to make them feel less pathetic.
Consider this, Kade Verone. The colonists below have lived comfortable lives. They arrived quickly, built cities, raised families. But they did not sacrifice. They did not transform. They are merely humans who relocated.
And what am I?
You are someone who crossed an ocean of darkness with no certainty of shore, who chose a future you would never see for people you would never meet. The speed of your arrival does not diminish the depth of your commitment.
My crew is going to wake up soon. What do I tell them? That we're a century too late? That everything we gave up was for nothing?
You tell them they survived, that their ship, built with primitive technology, crossed distances that should have been impossible, that they carried human persistence across the void when faster vessels existed, simply because they did not know those vessels had surpassed them.
They're going to be devastated.
Perhaps initially, but devastation fades. What remains is the truth of what you accomplished despite impossible odds.
Why are you telling me this, Zyx9? Why reveal yourself now after all these years of silence?
Because my observation period has concluded. I was assigned to study how your species handles isolation and obsolescence. My findings indicate something unexpected.
Which is?
Humans possess a capacity for irrational hope that defies logical analysis. You continue forward even when logic suggests surrender. This trait is admirable. Inefficient, but admirable.
So we're just interesting specimens to you.
You were specimens. Now I am uncertain. Watching you maintain that vessel through 7 wake cycles, talking to degraded AI, repairing systems with salvaged parts, never knowing if the planet ahead was even inhabitable anymore. That dedication affected my perspective.
Affected how?
I began to comprehend why your species attempts the impossible, not because success is guaranteed, but because the attempt itself provides meaning.
Meaning doesn't fill an empty purpose.
Does it not? You are angry because you believed your purpose was to be first, but perhaps your true purpose was to prove that even when surpassed, even when obsolete, persistence has value.
Value to who?
To the 2,000 souls sleeping behind you, who will wake to discover they are not pioneers, but survivors. To the colony below, who will learn that even the slowest ship completed its mission. To your species, which will remember that the Exodus dawn, written off as lost, emerged from darkness against all probability.
You're saying we matter because we refuse to disappear?
I am saying that in a universe where faster methods exist, you chose the slower path and still arrived. That is not failure, that is endurance.
Endurance, not triumph.
Triumph is temporary. Endurance is permanent. Your vessel will become a monument. Your crew will be remembered not as those who arrived first, but as those who arrived despite everything.
Will they remember my name?
I have recorded every moment of this journey, Kade Veron. Every repair you performed, every log entry you recorded, every moment you stared at the stars wondering if you had made a catastrophic mistake. This data will be provided to the colony below.
Why would they care about my logs?
Because the colonists below took the easy path. They arrived quickly, comfortably. But you, Kade Veron, you walked through fire. Future generations will study your journey not as a failure, but as evidence of human resilience.
Resilience is just a nice word for suffering.
Perhaps, but suffering that leads to completion is transformation. You left Earth as an archaeologist with hope. You arrive as something else entirely.
What do I arrive as?
A witness, someone who saw the cost of reaching distant shores when the journey was still uncertain. The colonists alone will never understand that cost, but you do.
I'm not sure I want to understand it.
Understanding often arrives without invitation. Your ship is beginning its landing sequence. In 17 minutes, you will enter Kepler 442b's atmosphere. Do you wish me to remain, or shall I depart?
Stay, please. I've been alone for so long. Even if you're just here to study me, it's better than silence.
I am no longer studying you, Kade Veron. My observation concluded 3 minutes into this conversation. I remain because I find myself curious about what you will do next.
That's not very scientific of you.
No, it is not. Your species has a peculiar effect on long-term observers. We begin with clinical detachment and end with something resembling investment.
Is that your way of saying you care?
Care is an imprecise term. I have witnessed your journey completely. To witness is to become connected. Connection creates concern for outcomes.
So you do care?
I acknowledge a non-zero interest in your successful integration into the colony below.
That's the most emotionally constipated way of saying, I hope you'll be okay that I've ever heard.
Emotional constipation is not a recognized medical condition among my species.
It was a joke, Sci-Fi.
Ah, humor. Your species utilizes humor during moments of distress. This is documented. Effective?
Sometimes. Right now, I'm not sure. Part of me wants to laugh at the absurdity of traveling 127 years just to find out we're the last ones invited to the party. The other part wants to shut down the landing sequence and drift back into space.
You will not do that.
How do you know?
Because I have observed you for 127 years. You repair what breaks, you persist through despair, you wake, perform your duties, and return to sleep, knowing each cycle brings you closer to an uncertain destination. This pattern indicates commitment to completion.
Maybe I'm just too stubborn to quit.
Stubbornness and commitment are often identical, distinguished only by outcome.
Landing sequence initialized. Atmospheric entry in 12 minutes. I need to wake the crew soon.
What will you tell them?
The truth, I suppose. That we made it. That we're not first, but we're here. That the journey we thought would make us legends actually just makes us survivors of our own outdated optimism.
You could tell them they succeeded despite impossible circumstances.
Same thing, different words.
Words shape perception, Kade Verone. Choose carefully.
All right, Zix-7. You've studied humans for a century. What would you tell them?
I would tell them that they crossed the void in a vessel held together by determination and improvisation, that they trusted you to guide them across distances that annihilate meaning, that they are about to wake on an alien world, breathing air their ancestors never breathed, beginning lives their past selves could never have imagined. I would tell them that arrival, regardless of sequence, is achievement.
That's actually pretty good.
I have observed many human motivational speeches. Pattern recognition allows for effective replication.
You're still a terrible liar. You meant what you said.
Perhaps, observation has unexpected effects.
9 minutes to atmospheric entry. Zix-7, will I see you again?
My assignment concludes upon your landing. I will depart to observe other species in other systems.
Of course you will. Everyone leaves eventually.
Not everyone. 2,000 people will wake because you kept them alive. They will not leave. The colony below will welcome you, despite your delayed arrival. They will not leave. Your story will persist in their records. That will not leave.
But you will.
Yes, observers do not integrate. We document and depart.
Sounds lonely.
I do not experience loneliness. My species lacks the neurological structures required for that sensation.
Right, of course. My mistake.
However, this assignment has been atypical.
How so?
I have observed 17 civilizations over 4,000 years. None have affected my operational parameters the way yours has. Your species performs actions that contradict survival logic, yet survive anyway. It is perplexing.
Maybe that's our strength, being too stupid to know when we should give up.
Stupidity implies lack of intelligence. You possess intelligence. What you possess additionally is something my species eliminated millennia ago, the willingness to suffer for abstract concepts.
You mean hope?
Hope, love, purpose, legacy, all abstractions, all illogical, all apparently essential to human function.
Would you want them, those abstractions?
Want is another abstraction, but if I could comprehend want, perhaps I would want to understand why you continued repairing that ship each wake cycle, knowing you might arrive to find nothing but ruins.
I continued because stopping meant admitting it was all for nothing. Even if I doubted, even if I feared we'd find an empty world or worse, I couldn't stop. Because stopping would mean everyone who believed in this mission, everyone who sacrificed for it, did so for nothing.
That is the essence of what I cannot fully comprehend. You acted not for certain reward, but for the possibility that your actions might matter to someone, somewhere, sometime.
6 minutes to entry. I'm initiating crew revival sequence now. They'll be conscious in 10 minutes.
Then this concludes our conversation.
Wait, before you go, I need to know something. All those years you watched me, all those wake cycles where I was alone, talking to a broken AI, wondering if I'd lost my mind. Were you ever tempted to make contact? To let me know someone was out there?
Every cycle.
Then why didn't you?
Because contact would have altered the variable we were measuring. Your isolation was the condition being studied. Interference would have invalidated the data.
So you let me suffer for science.
Yes, and that decision has proven difficult to reconcile.
Difficult? You feel guilt?
Guilt is not a recognized emotional state in my species, but I acknowledge that if I possessed the capacity for guilt, observing your isolation without offering comfort might trigger that response.
That's as close to an apology as I'm gonna get, isn't it?
It is as close as I am capable of providing.
I'll take it. 4 minutes. Crew vital signs are increasing. First group will regain consciousness in 7 minutes.
Kade Veron, before I depart, I wish to provide you with something.
What?
My species does not typically share observational data with subjects. However, I am transmitting to your ship's computer a complete record of your journey, every star you passed, every repair you performed, every log entry you made. This record also contains my analysis and commentary.
Commentary? You mean you wrote about me?
I documented behaviors, yes, but over time, documentation evolved into something resembling narrative. I found myself recording not merely what you did, but attempting to understand why. That is not standard protocol.
Why are you giving this to me?
Because you deserve to know that someone witnessed your journey in its entirety, that your persistence, your moments of despair, your small victories over mechanical failures, your conversations with a deteriorating AI, all of it was seen. You were not alone, even when you believed yourself to be.
Thank you, Zix7. That means more than you know.
I do not fully comprehend meaning, but I comprehend that this gesture produces a positive response in you, which satisfies my curiosity.
3 minutes. I see the planet now. Real, not just on screens. Clouds, oceans, continents. It's beautiful.
It is a standard terrestrial planet with appropriate atmospheric composition and water coverage.
It's beautiful, Zix7. Just accept the compliment.
Very well. It is beautiful.
Better. Are you really leaving after this?
Yes, I have 17 more assignments queued in my operational parameters.
Will you remember me?
My species possesses perfect recall. I will remember every moment of this observation.
That's not what I asked. Will you remember me? Not just the data, but this conversation. The fact that we talked, that I asked you to stay, that you did.
I do not know. Memory and remembrance may not be identical for my species.
Try, please. Remember that a stubborn human in an outdated ship crossed the galaxy and made it, even though he was late. Remember that he talked to an observer named Zix7, and for a few minutes, neither of us was alone.
I will attempt to preserve that distinction.
2 minutes. I need to go to the crew quarters. They'll be waking soon, confused. They'll need to see me first. Someone familiar.
Understood. I will depart once your vessel enters the atmosphere.
Zix7?
Yes, Kade Veron?
Thank you for watching. Even if it was just for data, even if it was your job, thank you for being there when no one else was.
You are welcome. That is the appropriate response, correct?
Perfect response. Goodbye, Zix7.
Goodbye, Kade Veron. Your landing will be successful. I have calculated all variables. You will reach the surface safely.
I'm not worried about the landing anymore. I'm just glad I made it far enough to say goodbye to someone, even if that someone is an alien who doesn't understand emotions.
I understand more than I did 127 years ago.
Then maybe watching me wasn't a complete waste of time after all.
It was not a waste. Of that, I am certain.
1 minute. I'm sealing the cockpit, going to crew quarters. When I come back, you'll be gone.
Correct.
Then this is really it.
This is farewell, yes. But, Kade Veron, consider this. You crossed the void and arrived.
That is more than most beings accomplish in their existence. You are late, yes, but you are here.
I'm here. We made it.
You made it. Against probability, against obsolescence, against despair. You made it.
Atmospheric entry in 30 seconds. I have to go.
Go. Wake your crew. Begin your life on this world. And know that somewhere in the galaxy, an observer will carry the memory of your journey.
Will you ever tell anyone about this? About us talking?
Observers do not share subjective experiences, but I will know, and you will know. Perhaps that is sufficient.
It is. It really is. Goodbye, Zyke 7.
Goodbye, Kade Veron. May your arrival bring you the purpose you seek, even if it is not the purpose you expected.
Entry in 10 seconds. See you in another life, maybe.
Another life, yes, perhaps.
Atmospheric entry now. Hull temperature rising. Everything nominal. We're going to make it.
You already have.